Greetings, Brian Keeler here. I'm at my studio in Ithaca, New York, and during this short video presentation I'm going to be working on this oil painting of Union Square in New York City. But first I'm going to show you a painting that I did of the same theme. What you're seeing here on your studio now is another painting, a completely different subject, but it has the same theme of these bubbles. And this particular one was done along the Susquehanna River of a canoe trip that I've organized for many years near Towanda, Pennsylvania. And this painting that you're looking at here now is a painting by the 17th century French artist Chardin. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But he and other artists did these paintings of people blowing bubbles, and they were meant to exemplify the brevity and the transience of life, and how fragile life is, and just the positive impact is to make us appreciate how temporary things are. So this version here that I have here, it's a view, an autumn view of Union Square, and it has this sunlight coming through the trees. And what I'm going to do here now is kind of punch up some of the color. And the first thing I'm going to do is warm some of the color in the trees. I've tended to sort of minimize color somewhat, and I'm going to punch it up here a little bit. If you want to move down to my palette here, you can see this orangey color that I'm mixing up here. It's got a little bit of cad yellow, and this is cad red here. And so it's kind of a rust color that I've mixed here. I'm going to go back to my painting here now and test this out and see how it looks here. And I think that's just about what I wanted. Something slightly more red, a little more orangey of a kind of a color here. And as it goes down here, but I have to pay attention to the value transition too. I still want it to be light as it goes up towards the sun, but I want to warm it and make it a little more rust colored as it comes down here on these trees here. And I have to get back to make sure that I'm accomplishing what I wanted here. And that looks pretty much what I wanted to do. You may notice here, if you zoom in here, this tree behind here is a lighter value, and it's less of an intense color. It's a more muted kind of a light brown beige color here. But as I'm coming forward, I'm warming it, and the value is darker. So there's two things. It's warmer and darker as it comes forward. And I think that's pretty much what I wanted to do there. I have to stand up so I can see it a little bit better here. I like to let the lines show through to show the process, so you can, some places you can see my drawing lines underneath of here. There's a couple of statues there too. That's what this shape here is. There's a statue there, and then there was another statue over here. And part of what I'm doing here now is the direction of the sunlight as it's hitting the right side of these trees here. Okay, I'm going to go up to the sun here now and pop that even a little lighter and brighter with almost pure white with just a tad of cad yellow there. I'm going to go back up to the canvas here, and these strokes that I put on here are, I'm not blending the color too much. I'm just putting sort of short, choppy strokes, which I like to do, similar to Rembrandt and the Impressionists. You know, rather than blending them like an airbrush, I'm letting the strokes show through, so you can see the process of this painting. And now I'm just sort of restating these lights that were coming through the foliage. And I'm going to just sort of pop in some of these reflected lights on the soap bubbles here. Incidentally, I invented this this scene somewhat. Actually, what I did was combine the figures. So I invented the light on all these figures. They came from, I used two different photographs. The street scene was one photograph, and then the figures were another scene. So I had to invent the light on all of these figures and on the bubbles. And it proved to be a challenging but rewarding endeavor in the end. So it was quite a challenge to get them all working right here. Okay, I think that's about all I wanted to do here today. Once again, visit my website. You can see it on your screen here now, briankeeler.com. And I encourage you to look at the other videos on my website. There's full-length videos that are very thorough, very extensive. There's one on portrait painting, one on the figure, and several on landscape. And there's 3 that were done through the Artist Network in Cincinnati, Ohio. And if you go to their website, you can order those directly from there. And in addition to my recent book, Dramatic Color on the Landscape, which is also very thorough and extensive. So this is meant to whet your appetite and get you interested in the painting. So thank you so much for your attention.